Pete Hegseth got caught in an absolute spender bender. In September, the military spent more money than at any time since 2008. And most of these expenses were definitely not what you would call normal military expenses. Get a load of this. The military spent $93 billion to go through the rest of its congressional allocation. In other words, this was money that was allocated by Congress that had not yet been spent. Now, technically, the military did not have to spend that money. It would have been put back to the Treasury, and that could have, although I think unlikely, would have meant that there would be budget decreases in future budgets. Well, Pete Hegseth did not take any chances. Let me tell you some of the things that he bought. He bought a Steinway piano for the Air Force Chief of Staff's home. The total cost, $98,000. $2 million on Alaskan king crab and $7 million on lobster tail. They bought $5.3 million in Apple devices. Just in the month of September, the government spent $15.1 million for ribeye steak just in September, and $124,000 for ice cream machines, and almost $140,000 on 272 orders of donuts. One of the largest total expenditures was for furniture. Apparently, $12,000 for fruit basket stands. $12,000 for stands for fruit basket. This is, of course, overshadowing the $1 billion per month conflict in Iran, and of course, the fact that we have cut things like welfare, SNAP benefits to people who need them the most. 11.8 million people may lose access to programs like Medicare and healthcare, but we bought $12,000 in fruit stands and $7 million in lobster tail in 1 month. $15 million in ribeye in 1 month, and we cut $187 billion in programs like SNAP for hungry families. Listen, I think everyone would agree that we need to make sure that we're taking care of the men and women in the armed forces, but this spending is not that. $100,000 for a grand piano, you paid for that. $7 million in lobster tail, $15 million in ribeye steak. The federal government had a $1.8 trillion deficit in 2025. That is spending that you and your children and your grandchildren will eventually have to take care of. But it's parties, lobsters, steak, and fancy furniture under Pete Hegseth's Department of Defense.